And settling down because today we're going to be talking about the food VTuber epidemic.
Just go to Hot Topic with a sourdough roll and you'll get a goth picture. You will.
The streaming world has evolved quite a bit in the last decade or so. For most streamers, the goal is to showcase an authentic personality by putting their face on their content. Is that what you think of when you think of streamers?
Well, you want to seem like, I'm normal guy. I'm a normal girl, big boob.
Szóval most igen, amióta ugye Burn Peanuts ugye lényegében így betört a VTubereknek a piacára, ugye, streamerként. Valamilyen érdekes módon rengeteg más VTuber is így megjelent, akik őt utánozzák, és valamilyen étel, vagy valamilyen formában ugye hasonlítanak Burn Peanutsra. Ugye, és kurva vicces bazd meg, hogy mennyire próbálják az emberek ezt utánozni.
Boobies.
And the chat's like, look at oh humble me. But over time, however, tubing has morphed the streaming landscape drastically. Today, many people use elaborate avatars and play up their own original characters. However, not all VTubers are confined to the brightly saturated characters with fat, swinging, big fucking titties. Anime. No. VTubers are no longer anime girls, Nick. They're much more. In fact, it appears we're now entering a brand new era of VTubing, a bizarre trend where streamers take the form of anthropomorphic foods, mostly just from the burnt peanut. We're seeing this thing right now. With one man's success, it has altered the landscape of media, which is not a new thing. People do it all the time. Mr. Beast.
He changed YouTube forever.
Mr. Beast has changed the way that people interact with content now. That fucking, what's that one guy? Brent Rivera? Have you seen that motherfucker? Oh my God. It's the exact same thing. The cuts, the cues, the text, everything is identical to that Mr. Beast format, but that's just because people want to follow success. And I think people associate the food VTube thing as like, that's what people want to see.
It's funny. It's cute.
But people don't realize the personality comes with it. You have to be quick-witted. You have to have charisma, right?
People were comparing it to the annoying orange. It's like reverting back.
The fact that it's a peanut is like totally irrelevant.
No, that's
Amúgy igen, ja. Burn Peanuts egyébként az Annoying Orange-ra hasonlít kurvára. Amúgy igen.
That's the successful key. Okay, I forgot about that. Yeah. We're going to talk about this new trend, but we're also going to talk about how it's led to possibly the worst streamer in modern history. And it's it's quite the ride, so buckle up. The catalyst for this epidemic of food tubers is a well-known Twitch streamer that you've all probably heard about, the Burnt Peanut. I think he really blew up with Arc Raiders. I had a buddy that watched them all out when he did. I think he was an Escape from Tarkov guy back in the day. But anyways, funny guy, quick-witted, and good at games. Like that's like, you have to have that. I don't know if there's many Twitch streamers that do very well. I know people say that players are bad. I feel like you have to be actually pretty competent at games to make it like watchable. Like when if I stream something, like a game, oh my God forbid.
Yeah, you get grilled.
Horrible, tortured. I mean, people don't want to, and people are backseat gaming the whole time. You have to follow somebody that feels competent at the game. They're quick-witted, they're funny, they're likable, all those things. Like it's a very rare thing to have, I feel like. And over the last 2 years, the Burnt Peanut has risen to unfathomable fame. Every time I see that motherfucker on Twitch, it's like 60 to 70,000 people watching. It's pretty insane.
I think he's botting. Everybody on Twitch bots.
That's also cope though, isn't it? He's botting.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck off. Yeah. I see clips of him all the time. He's botting. Yeah, right. It wasn't until 2024, however, that he began gaining a large following after clips of his Tarkov streams went viral on TikTok.
Are you fucking serious right now? Are you serious?
People were initially drawn to upbeat personality, the unique presentation, and the small details like his character's rotations of fun costumes. Which I will say, this does show, and it's a good example of, you just have to put in a little bit of effort to stand out. If you're already called a Burnt Peanut, it makes sense that like,
Így van, amúgy az avatárja kurva jó. Szóval ezért is van az, hogy én is például nem saját kamerát használok, hanem egy macska avatárt, mert ezen keresztül, az avatáron keresztül ugye jobban kijön, hogy mondjam, az expression, mi az a, nem jut eszembe magyarul, a kifejezés, vagy érted? Szóval, hogy így én csipem a macskákat például, ez is egyfajta személyiség, karakter, ugye? Ez a Burn Peanuts például, ja, kurva jól meg van csinálva ez is. És ezért tudom elképzelni, hogy a csomóan ezért csinálnak például ugye VTube avatárokat, meg azon keresztül csinálnak contentet, mert ahogy én is. Csibem a macskákat, és ez egy tök jó pofa karakter. Úgyhogy megcsináltam, és most macskaként csinálom, de attól függetlenül egyébként, meg ugye a leírásban ott van az Instagramom, és meg lehet nézni, hogy nézek ki. Szóval, hogy érted, nem elbújok a világ elől, hanem szimplán, érted, úgy gondolom, ahogyan Burpinac is, hogy ezen keresztül ugye a kifejezés, ugye ezen keresztül az avatáron keresztül a kifejezés jobban átjön, mint ha most egy élő kamerán keresztül beszélnék.
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna be a peanut avatar because what the fuck else am I gonna be? But then it's like, oh, what if I just gave him different clothes and then you just use a stream deck or whatever, and there it is. And people are like, oh my god! But that's just because the whole landscape is so fucking boring and not inspired. That was like a deal back in the day when I first saw Dr. Disrespect streams. You'd see all those transitions and shit, and you're like, the production level on this is crazy. I mean, a lot of people can do that. It's just a matter of, do you have the gumption? Do you have the creative will? If I was watching this, I would want to see this. You know what I mean?
I want to see the burnt peanut sitting on a beanbag chair with the Xbox controller and Cheetos, you know, because he switches out the background and stuff. So I think that's exciting for.
Sorry, just I don't know why, but I had a panic attack while you're talking. But to be fair, though, the large part of the Twitch landscape or streaming landscape is, how do I say this in a nice way? It's like people that aren't the most social, that are just good at games. And, you know, they have a quirky thing where they look at the camera and they'll be like, hog. Hog. Yo, that guy just got owned. Hey, Crystal Scepter, thank you so
Ezt
much.
mondom, látod? Ezt mondom, hogy a kifejezés sokkal másabb, hogyha avatáron keresztül csinálod, mint hogy élő kamerán keresztül csinálnád. Pontos, ez tök jól bemutatja.
Much for the 2 months, man. That's one thing that I found too. The bro culture on Twitch is insane. I didn't expect it. I think it's just Call of Duty and that kind of thing, but it's always like, yo, okay, I'm dropping in. And I'm sitting there, I'm like watching it on my break at work. I'm like, I wish that was me. This video is sponsored by Fume, the leaders in flavored air. Fume is the flavored air device designed to help people quit vaping and smoking by breaking the collaborations with other known streamers. This is not without pushback, however, as people across the internet think both the Burnt Peanut and his fan base are insufferable. People post videos of fans laughing, clapping their hands and feet to what looks like brain rot screaming content, which I want to interject here as well. That shit, you get popular enough, you're gonna get hate. You know what I mean? The motherfucker is a peanut VTuber playing Arc Raiders. If you're like, making fun of that, it's just a thing where it's just, it becomes popular, therefore, so I don't fucking like that anymore, actually. That's fucking stupid. And yeah, is there like some cringe comments? What the fuck? He says goop. Look at me goop. Whatever the fuck it is. Who cares? But that's the thing though, is it becomes an easy target because it's just, he's very well known. So I get to make my little content making fun of things. And there you go. Some adult fans even record themselves in tears on the floor as they react to his streams. I don't think I've ever had that, luckily. I don't think my fan base has ever been that dedicated where some guy's like, oh my God. Other Peanut fans hail him as a god and are extremely parasocial with him. And if you look at any comment section, even related to him, you'll find comments saying that he is the light in a dark world. Or that he needs to be on every TV in America, which he has dedicated fans. What the fuck? You can say that with any rabid fan base. Look at any fan base. The problem is when a fan base becomes rabid, they become insufferable. To people who aren't into that fandom. That's why you get like the Has Been Hotel. People hate those fans, or like Amazing Digital Circus, all that kind of shit. Rick and Morty. It's just, it comes with the territory of being a huge like IP or star.
People just, they get rabid.
People get rabid, they get excited, they can't help it. Essentially, people treat the Burnt Peanuts audience like the classic millennial cringe, quirky chungus, spouting random like, oh, that's epic, hey, goop, all that kind of stuff, and people associate that. That's where it comes from, right? This weird behavior also started a trend trend of people making videos mocking the fan base, portraying them as man babies drooling over themselves and farting as they rock back and forth in pure bliss, which I will say I found a couple of my videos in those and it's funny.
Really?
Yeah. Usually it's people, it's like their feet on the desk and they're like all curled up like this and like, and they clap their feet and there's like a monitor with like 7 things going and I've seen my videos on there and I'm like, hell yeah. If one of my viewers is at home drooling in a spit bib right now, dude, praise the Lord. I'm talking about, hey, he has risen. But for people who think that the burnt peanut is the most annoying, like, oh my God, it's the fan base, it's so annoying. You probably should check out the competition of people that are copying him. Because the burnt peanut has seen massive success streaming in this style, it has inspired a whole new wave of copycats who try to treat his content as a formula for success. And if you scroll through TikTok or Instagram Reels, you are bound to find clips of people streaming as assorted food items and objects. After all, it's a very easy thing to set up with tons of YouTube tutorials instructing people how to mimic this recipe for success. You just gotta be food. Nick, what food would I be?
Cheeseburger.
Editor, put me as a cheeseburger now. I'm a cheeseburger. What's my thing? You know how he says goop, gloop, or whatever? What's mine?
Cheese. Just say cheese.
Oh, I got my delicious cheese. Oh, I'm going to get a triple stack burger on my cheese. Actually, I would watch that.
That'd be cool if their model changed. You can make like
Exactly.
12 stack cheeseburgers.
Whoa, too many patties. Yes! People, oh my God! For those who are even lazier, you can purchase the models online. And in fact, there's been a massive boom in VTuber modeling community. Many artists have made tons of money turning their 3D modeling portfolios into literal grocery stores. Accounts like The Prime Butter, The Sweaty Tomato, and The Casual Turnip are prime examples. However, there's definitely a reduction in both stream quality and just general personality because people find out that it's like there's just not a whole...
Mennyien próbálják ugye leutánozni. De hogy nem csak az avatárt, vagy nem csak a stílust, hanem még ők is ugyanazzal a játékkal játszanak.
Lot behind the personality that carries them. People online who come across these channels often call them out for copying the burnt peanuts formula, which is why nearly every one of these accounts has a video defending themselves and describing how their origin story is different, which I love. There's nothing I love. Dude, that's how I came up with the turnip. Okay? Why can't you just be like, yeah, I just like him. I want to do a food thing too. Why is that so bad?
Because nobody wants to seem like they're copying someone, even though they blatantly are.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to be original.
Yeah. Well, dude, I actually was, it's a weird timing because I'm the burnt almond. Just like a weird coincidence that we kind of are just both nuts. Just the state of my mind, I guess. This isn't to say there's something wrong with mimicking the format, but it's very clear that the thing selling burnt peanut streams the most is high energy and personality. It's not his fucking VTuber thing, dude, all right? For those who are able to put on a good stream, the format definitely can work well. But this is all boiling down to one of the main reasons I wanted to make this video today, which is talking about one of the worst things that happened to the internet, I feel like, as of lately. I mean, is that too much to say? It seems so. I mean, it's pretty horrible. I fucking can't stand it. I mean, if I'm being honest. If you've been terminally online on the internet recently, you undoubtedly heard of a VTuber known as the Faithful Sheriff. And if you don't know who the Faithful Sheriff is, God bless you. Because this is the accumulation of the worst part of a copycat. If you wanted to be a fucking turnip or a tomato, or even if you want to be like, I'm an almond, I don't give a fuck. Like, do that. This version of the copycat, this is a parasite. This is a person that needs to be plucked off the spit out. Bye-bye. Right off the bat, you'll notice that the man is blatantly mimicking the burnt peanut model. But we've already been getting ahead of ourselves because there's so much to unpack about the man behind the shell. Before the Faithful Sheriff, this creator went by Dr. Witnesser. He was certainly not known for his originality because even this was heavily inspired by another creator, Dr. Disrespect, who we talked about earlier.
I'll be honest, I'm feeling a little fatigued.
To warm you up to this kind of person, Dr. Witnesser's whole shtick was that, as a devout Christian, he would enter Fortnite games and aggressively push his teachings to...
Én nem tudom, basszeg. Ilyet én biztos, hogy nem csinálnék. Basszeg. Ez kurva gáz.
...those he is playing with. Before we even get shit too. I just want to say your beliefs are your own. Whatever you want to believe, you can believe it. If people are asking you questions, I don't see a problem with being like, hey, this is what I believe, blah, blah, blah. Your belief is your own, right? That is our right as Americans in this goddamn country. Rock, flag, and eagle, right, Nick?
Oh, yeah.
But being a guy going on Fortnite and trying to like convert people, it has to be the most opposite way of introducing people to your ideals.
I go into Fortnite and teach people the Bible.
This mouth.
Okay, Robert, you're like 8.
Like it's just so creepy to me. The reason I say creepy is that there has been clips of him talking to children or even young adults in some weird way, and the way that he approaches this is he's always just like, you got a microphone? And people who are just playing, yeah. Do you believe in God? What are we doing? Why are we going here? You know what I mean?
What's your name?
My name, Twist.
Hey, do you know who Jesus is?
As you would expect, many people did not take kindly to this and clowned on him.
De miért? Ez egy olyan dolog, hogy így megpróbálja meglovagolni azt, hogy a gyerekek azok, akik, ugye a gyerekek a célközönség ezeknek a streameknek, hogy a gyerekek azok, akik nagy rész streameket néznek. Én nem tudom. De hogy így nagyon kell, ilyen 10 évesek ezek. What the fuck?
In game. No matter how bad the clips made him look, he'd still post them and he'd gain tons of views for it. Even when it makes you look bad, he knows it gets him engagement. And I think he's hiding behind the fact that he's like, oh, this is all for religious shit and not just money. And it's so blatantly obvious that it's just money grabbing bullshit where it's like, well, I'm just spreading the good word, blah, blah, blah. Fuck off, dude. That's not. It's you rage baiting people into getting clicks and shit, and then just using different successful archetypes to like rage bait people. It's the fucking worst. Like I pisses me off so much actually. And in many of these clips, you see him getting ruthlessly trolled by adult players, only for him to utterly fail to steer the conversation into a serious discussion about God.
I should probably tell you what I do.
Are you a hitman?
I got a particular set of skills.
Male on male porn guy?
No, I have a particular set of skills.
Taking it without flinching.
It feels like a bit. Like it's kind of like not in levels of Nikado where it's like I'm presenting this persona and I have all this kind of like crazy
Ez
shit.
a csávó egyébként ugye mindenki lenézi, meg mindenki úgy gondolja, hogy ez egy idióta fasz. Hát ugye az előző, mikor? Tavaly volt az? Nem tudom, hogy azóta adott-e ki videót, de egyébként ez egy kurva intelligens faszi. Szóval oké, hogy ő most abból csinált magának contentet évekig, hogy hülyére zabálta magát állandóan, de ugye most már lefogyott, és mondom egyébként, ugye kurvára így megvezette a közönséget, és azt elhitette az emberekkel, hogy ő egyébként tényleg egy idióta fasz. Pedig valójában valószínűleg ugye az emberek 90%-a, aki azt mondta, hogy ez egy idióta fasz, egy kibaszottul nagy barom. Szóval ez a csávó sokkal intelligensebb, mint amennyinek látszik. És ugye és ugye ezeknek a youtubereknek, meg ezeknek a content kreatoroknak ugye ez az egyik legnagyobb fegyvere, hogy borzasztóan ledegradálja a közönség által magát. Miközben azzal csinál contentet, hogy egyébként ugye intelligens. Intelligensen hülyének tetteti magát.
Shit. I'm sure at a point he did start off doing this, but then he realized like, oh, I'm making a lot more money by rage baiting. So that, and I just don't think that the man is quick-witted enough.
Szóval kurva sok pénzt keresett magának Avocado ugye azzal, hogy rage baitelt.
Or smart enough to like actually have interesting exchanges with people, so then it just divulges to, wow, really? Okay, so I guess that's it. Wow, okay.
And I'm on 30 FPS. What in the fuck?
Bro, let's watch the F-bombs here.
Even when people try to genuinely tell him that they're not interested, he'd often force the conversation throughout the game in an incredibly anti-social way. And at times, the constant rejections from normal adults trying to play a video game would get to him. In one video, a man from China tells him to knock it off, only for him to start whining about how he's trying to stop his freedom of speech.
Oh, you want to stop my freedom of speech and expression? Okay, gotcha. I didn't know you were that oppressive. My bad.
Fuck off. No, Fortnite, mate. My God. It makes me sick to my stomach. As fun as it is to point and laugh at an overbearing Fortnite preacher, this man is very often having these conversations with incredibly young and impressionable children. In one diabolical clip, Dr. Witnesser gets into a game with what sounds like a 4-year-old child that can hardly articulate his words.
Know how much an Xbox cost?
No.
It costs $400.
Do you know how much the life of Jesus cost?
Even after hearing the boy talk about how he just got a brand new toy from Walmart, he gladly starts going into some spiel as if he's capable of retaining the information. All right, so you realize that if you die right now, you're gonna go to hell, right? Because you don't believe in God? Oh, no! That kind of thing. That's not gonna have a lasting impact on this child. You realize that you're a bad person, right? Your mom and dad are going to hell.
Some people think that's what you need to instill in children.
Well, I disagree. Obviously, these are maybe conversations of religion and stuff maybe you want to have with your parents or peers or I don't know, whatever, right? Dr. Witnesser believes he's doing the Lord's work,
Ja,
however.
mondjuk az, hogy ezek a gyerekek összeakadnak ezzel a csávóval online, az a szülőknek a hibája még mindig. Ezt azért tisztázzuk le. Szóval az, hogy a gyerekek olyan dolgokat hallanak ettől a csávótól, amit nem feltétlenül kéne hallaniuk, vagy legalábbis nem ettől a személytől, ugye, az még mindig a szülőknek a hibája. Ugye? Mert monitorozás nélkül, szülői felügyelet nélkül hagyják a gyereket, hogy használja az internetet, és olyan játékokkal játszom, mint a Fortnite. Érted, egy 4-5, sőt, még talán egy 10 éves gyereket se hagynék ki játszani a Fortnite-tal. Nemhogy felügyelet nélkül használja az internetet.
And this somehow extends to him straight up ruining Santa for one child.
I don't mind what you do, but telling the kid that Santa isn't real is messed up. Santa and Christmas is pagan idolatry, okay? If there's a kid who asks me if Santa's real or not, I'm going to tell him the truth. I'm not going to lie.
God. The kid's like, hey, I can't wait for Christmas. Yeah, you realize that Santa's not real. It's a pagan religion. It's adultery, right? You knew that, right? Stupid fucking kid. It feels that aggressive to me.
That feels like high schooler me. I would say that.
Yeah, exactly. You realize that God and Santa are probably not real, right? The only one that's real is the Easter Bunny. So, I'll probably start worshiping him. Most people have no idea that he's streaming during these interactions, and when one teenager found out...
Ja, igen, és akkor ugye a másik az, hogy amúgy ennek nem tudom, mi a legális alapja. Hogy belerakod a streambe egyébként más embereknek a hangját, vagy a... Ja, hogy így érted. Úgy, hogy nem tudnak róla, hogy te egyébként ezt streameled. Ez olyan, hogy publikba is egyébként ugye simán feljelenthetnek téged, ha csak úgy szimplán elkezdenek téged fölvenni kamerával, vagy streamelnek kamerával téged a te beleegyezésed nélkül. Bár az egyébként ugye személyiségi jogokat sért, ez full illegál.
asked to not be posted online. He angrily rants and calls him weird and posts it anyways, which it's once again, why? He got banned indefinitely on Twitch after telling a Muslim child, and I quote, if you were to die in your sins today, you'd be sentenced to hell.
Is he wrong, though?
We don't know. And see, that's why I believe in the good man. That's why I tell every child that. You realize that if you die right now, you're going to go to hell, right?
Yeah, are you baptized?
Yeah, specifically Muslim children. I don't even ask their beliefs.
You're going to hell when you die.
Thank you, Dr. Witnesser. You rule.
You think people should just get baptized just in case, even if you don't believe? Or is that a cheat code?
I don't think so, man. We see that a lot with like the Mormon wives and stuff like that, where it's you try to like, well, the Bible says this, but it doesn't say that. You think like an omnipotent God is going to be like, how did you skirt around that?
I just stuck it in and my friend was jumping on the bed.
Exactly. I put it in. I didn't know it was going to slide in so easily. Okay, technically, that is okay. The God I like to believe,
even if you don't believe,
where it's like,
or is that a cheat code?
I don't think so, man. We see that a lot with like the Mormon wives and stuff like that, where it's like,
ilyet csinálna a feleségem a gyerek mellett. Ezért jobb, hogy nincsen csajom. Főképp ezért jobb, hogy nincs gyerekem.
you try to like, well, the Bible says this, but it doesn't. So the God I like to believe in, he's like a fucking like storm cloud. You think he has like a human body? People always like ask like he's like gonna shake my hand and shit. No, he's gonna be a fucking storm cloud that's just like, what did you do? Repent.
I think we're just kind of like a mole on like God's back.
In your ideation of the world, God is a human man, probably like an overweight Italian guy, and we're a mole on his back.
Yeah, like our universe is just a tiny mole on his back.
Really puts things in perspective, doesn't it? We're so small. We're this big of a mole on God's big hairy Italian back. Mamma mia. For a time, he claimed he would sue Twitch over this, but that doesn't seem to have happened. He's transitioned to other platforms, but he didn't make any waves until a particularly ridiculous stunt. On February 7th of this year, of our Lord's year, 2026, he'd randomly tweeted that he'd been in a horrible accident so bad that he'd possibly be disfigured for life. Or genuinely
Kíváncsi vagyok. És még ennek is, érted, ezt mondom, hogy még így is képes 29 000, majdnem 30 000 követőt összerakni. Amiből valószínűleg ugye van neki némi előfizetője is. Szóval az, hogy egyébként furra kopiz egy már meglévő embernek az ötletét, és lényegében ragebaitekkel próbál ugye magának pénzt szerezni, meg követőket, érted? Így is van neki majdnem 30 000 követője. Halló, srácok, ti hol vagytok? Gyertek már, bazd meg, iratkozzatok fel nekem is, érted?
worrying and praying for him, not knowing that this was all complete and utter bullshit, right? But it's okay. Dude, I can white lie, Nick. All right? Muslim boy, you're going to hell. I got in a horrible accident, though.
És akkor még ráadásul a csávó még hazudik is. Érted, még megpróbál ilyen szimpátia baitet megcsinálni, az meg.
Fire up this next stream to reveal that he seemingly stole the Burnt Peanuts 3D model to use it as his own, but with Bible in hand.
How are you going to sit here and post something on Instagram and act like all injured and this stupid filter? Well, it's not a filter. I woke up like this. I fell asleep watching the Bugulator. I woke up like this. I don't know what happened.
Isn't that funny? Isn't that a funny joke? It isn't. It definitely isn't rage bait to get you to click on the thing. Sympathy bait.
No.
Guys, it's a fucking bit.
Még ő is mondta, hogy ez sympathy bait.
Come on! Oh my god! People fucking piss me off, man. Fucking JC loves this shit.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, JC!
What up?
Yo,
Dude,
JC.
I hope Jesus sounds like that.
Yo, man. What the fuck is that?
Does nothing but listen to Will Smith. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Get jiggy with it. Ooh! Do it to him! I love, that would be fucking sick. Yo, JC, that shit's lit. He's up here. He's like so short. He's like, Hannah comes up here. What's up, man? You my man. After starting as a singular joke stream that he claimed would not be a rebrand, he almost immediately changed his mind and leaned all the way into it. He soon updated the model to resemble a cowboy, occasionally accompanied by an accent, and would constantly break the third wall to try and explain the terrible lore of this character and justify why it's okay to basically rip the entire idea, to the point where he was even admitting that he plans on stealing his mannerisms as well.
People like, well, you're copying his mannerisms. Yes, that's part of the storyline. That's part of the storyline.
De szerintem még voice changer-t is használ, mert egyébként még valamilyen szinten néha kurvára hasonlít a hangja Burnt Peanuts-ra.
Into a peanut, so I'm going to copy some of the Peanuts mannerisms because that's part of what being a Bungulator is in my story.
Not only is he taking from the Burnt Peanut, but he repeatedly talks about him and tries to set up some collab so he can milk more views from him. And also, it's a great way where it's also trying to justify the actions. Well, he streamed with me, so it's fine.
So he's just trying to confuse people, right?
It's like when companies, like, they will make a product that looks exactly like something else, so people will mistakenly buy that thing instead of the actual thing.
He'll be like, oh, that's the Burnt Peanut.
Yeah.
Szóval el tudom képzelni, hogy egy csomószor, hogyha rákeresel Burnt Peanuts-ra, akkor a YouTube algoritmusa néha összetéveszti ezzel a csávóval, ezzel a Faithful Sheriffel. Vagy fordítva. Szerintem oda-vissza.
He did, however, add a new creative spin to the character that he can be 100% credited for, and it's that the model farts. In fact, he made a Twitch channel point reward that rings out endlessly alongside a green gas cloud from behind him. That's awesome. Yes. Okay, now that is actually fucking sick. That's really funny.
Igen, valahogy
Yo,
így,
you watched The
igen.
Faithful Sheriff too? That shit's tight, man. To the Faithful Sheriff, this farting meme is gold tier, baby, as he lets it rip constantly in the middle of talking to children. It's so freaking funny. You ever see a guy like fart in a video and there's always one comment that's always just like, seriously? What's funnier than farts?
It's the universal joke.
It's a universal joke.
Everybody can laugh at it.
As more people grind out content criticizing him and his reputation gets worse and worse, he has only tried harder to justify his routine of constantly talking to children. Not only is he interrogating children on stream about whether or not it's okay to talk to them to make himself feel better, but he's even been reduced to posting AI Google results about Fortnite's game demographic to prove that it's not entirely a kid's game, which obviously it's not entirely a kid's game, but you do openly talk to children a lot.
If you hear someone's a child, you should just be like, okay, I'm not going to talk to them for the stream, but it's like, I got to have that content.
Yeah, exactly. It's a conscious decision that you're making to be like, I'm going to clip this, or I'm going to even do this on stream because you know that's going to get a reaction. It's going to drive traffic to your channel.
Függetlenül attól, hogy egyébként a gyerekek nem tudnak arról, hogy egy streambe szerepelnek.
Just like in the past, he will go out of his way to grind out as much clips as possible to maximize exposure, even when it's completely inappropriate. Like, what am I gonna do? Waste the content? Come on! Where's the Muslim kid at? You're going to hell. Isn't that right, JC? Thanks, JC. You're awesome. Sorry, Muslim kid. Why are you crying? Clips like this lead to him being yet again ruthlessly destroyed online. And what's wild is that the response to the endless memes at this expense are now leading into the realm of legal action. My boys, the Super Mega Boys, would post an edited image of the Faithful Sheriff's avatar with a realistic cock and balls, saying that he requested it. And it's very funny. It's a very, very funny tweet. The Faithful Sheriff laughed it off at first, but then people started gaslighting him into believing that he genuinely thought that it was his idea. And many even pretended to be Christian parents that were disappointed in him for putting up such heinous sexual content in the presence of children. He started anger posting about how this was all a lie, only for Super Mega to start posting very obviously fake DMs where he supposedly requested that they make the meme alongside a picture of him exposing his real penis for reference. It's so good.
Ez egy köcsög.
He then posted a video where he pleaded for people to believe him, even claiming that he will pursue legal action against them for defaming him. In an attempt to prove it, he shows his own DMs and tells people that the IRL image of him that they used is far too small because he weighs 300 pounds.
This is not me. Y'all have seen me. This person probably weighs about 170. I'm 300 pounds. Not proud of it, but that's how much I weigh.
That couldn't be me because I'm a big boy, guys. Obviously. Why are you even indulging in this? Fucking moron. Am I crazy? As of now, Super Mega has now received the cease and desist in the mail. And ironically, this meme was just a copy of a similar meme that they posted on the Burnt Peanut a while back. If the Faithful Sheriff had just laughed it off and in stride, it wouldn't have gotten nearly as many eyes on it. The reason that it got so big is that he's like, oh my god, this is not true.
He took the bait.
Oh my god, hook, line, and fucking stinker, dude. The controversies wouldn't stop there. Around this time, the Faithful Sheriff decided to open up a community Discord, something that is constantly infiltrated by haters and trolls, which also, here's another thing. Community Discord, free open community Discords.
You gotta be careful.
It's like a prison yard.
Hallod? Konkrétan így van, én is ezért nem csinálok Discordot. Konkrétan ez az ember kívánja azt, hogy kapja. Érted? Hogy kapja a hétet. Ez az ember kéri, követeli.
They're claiming that mods are harassing them and banning them based on their gender identity. Others are claiming that the minors are being exposed to inappropriate content. Because the online space is flooded with people gaslighting him to continue the troll, it's difficult to tell what's real and what isn't. Unfortunately, he can't help himself from responding to tons of what are most likely just jokes at his expense. And that's where we're at with the Faithful Sheriff. It's been popping up. Mostly it was the Super Mega thing. Saw the Super Mega thing, and then you just see you click on one thing, and then your whole algorithm gets exposed to this bullshit. And it's like it's the worst version of a copycat person. People like the Brent Rivieras and all the people who copy Mr. Beast and stuff. At the end of the day, they're their own entity. Are they taking things from that content? Yes, of course. Are people that are using food icons taking from the burnt peanut craze? Sure. You can't help that. That's going to happen. Also, people might just be like, I think it's funny and I like the burnt peanut, I'm going to do it. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's doing it in a way where it is so deceitful, and it's so ironic coming from a person that's supposed to be a Christian with good values who is doing nothing but being a parasite online and using this like copycat method to financially get ahead. I really don't believe any of the virtues that he has is earnest. I don't think that it's like for a good cause. Maybe his content did start off with him like maybe wanting to do like I'm trying to just tell people about the good word, but now it's come to the point where it's pathetic brain rot. People that post rage baity shit, after a while it gets so stale to people that they will continuously up that game to keep getting clicks. So who knows what happens now? I don't know. Never in a million years could the people building modern civilizations comprehend such a brain dead topic like this to exist, and I'm sorry that I had to even indulge it on you, but it was on my mind. If you're someone out there who wants to take inspiration from their favorite creators and use it to...
Ez is tök jó pofa egyébként. Az egyik srác az egy toast, a másik srác meg egy bacon. Figyelj, ezt a páros így, ez egy tök jó pofa egyébként. Érted, ez is, hogy nem egy az egybe próbálnak lemásolni, érted, egy már létező streamert, egy viselkedéssel, tudod, egy identitással, hanem ez egy tök jó pofa páros. Egy toast, meg egy bacon.
Make some fun content. By all means, go for it. I mean, that's how people start. You're in love with something and you want to emulate it. You want to like grow as that person. You want to become that person. It's how art gets made. That's how people interact and make things online. Yeah. It's harmless overall, but there's something to be said about people who do it solely because they're desperate to latch on to whatever can get them views, to get them money, to rage bait people into clicking on something for analytical value. For people like the Faithful Sheriff, what else is there to say? The man is seeking out anyone, including children, to pressure them, to convert them while they're young and impressionable or in a bad spot in their life. He's not saving anybody. He's doing it all because he knows it pisses you off and you'll click on it. And I'm a part of that problem too. I'm making a video on it. But at the end of the day, I would rather there be a piece of content out there that is like having this discussion versus just letting it just be like, well, it is what it is. And conversations, if there was going to be religious conversations and stuff, not only should be left with mature adults, but it should also be people who are actively searching for something and not just like blatantly confronted with a fucking peanut farting with a cowboy hat on, trying to rage bait you into for a good vertical clip. It's fucking obnoxious, and I hope it dies out really soon. And just to be abundantly clear, even though that this person is doing...
És ráadásul gyerekeket céloz meg.